Why, hello, replay viewers. See who tunes in. Cecilia Williams is the first one in the room. Good to see you, Cecilia. Welcome. Good to see you there, Griff. Welcome out there in Vancouver, Canada. Jack is in the house. Thank you so much for changing the channels with me, Jack. If you like this video, do me a huge favor. Don't forget to smash a thumbs up. Let me know you like this stuff. Good to see you, Chrissy C. Hello. And William Sanderson. And hello, Joe Mooski. Hello. And Retro Jess. Hello. Good to see you there, Lotus Flower. Welcome. Good to see you there, Chris MG. Good to see you there, 80s music fan. Welcome. Melissa. Good to see you, Melissa. Welcome. Just did a walking tour over the Brooklyn Bridge. And I'm going to do a walking tour for you guys now over the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, just a regular iPhone 8, nothing special. You are on the gimbal. So my idea behind this walk today is we're going to make our way over the Brooklyn Bridge and then down Broadway. We will pass through the World Trade Center and the Stock Exchange. Good to see you, Tracy Taylor. I had, out of the 12 people that were scheduled on my tour, only 3 showed up. And the 3 who showed up were from Australia. But we're going to walk over this guy right here. The beautiful and enchanting Brooklyn Bridge. Let's do it. We usually go the other way. We go from Manhattan into Brooklyn. But today we're going to go from Brooklyn into Manhattan. And then we're going to walk down the Battery. We're going to see the World Trade Center site. We're going to see the Stock Exchange. Say hello to Fearless Girl. Say hello to Morris the Bull. And then we'll finish our walking tour over by... we're going to finish a tour over by the Battery there, Battery Park. But as you see, all the restaurants are closed. Ride your scooter. Do I think that the government, like if they're holding back facts from us? No, I don't think so. I don't think they are. I think the government is being as forthcoming as they can be. So, but the Time's Up market is closed. Everything is closed. If you got to get food, everything is takeout only, which is kind of sad because eating outside is one of the joys of living here in New York. What we're going to do right now, we're going to make our way over to the most Instagrammed intersection here in New York City. Make our way over to Dumbo. Big shout out, by the way. Good to see you, James Germain. Big shout out to everyone who's going to give a thumbs down to the video. I understand that your lives are insignificant, and then giving me that thumbs down adds a little bit of spice to your life. But yeah, there's nobody out here. Wait until we get to Manhattan. Wait until we get to Manhattan. Wait until we get to Manhattan. Riding the subway this morning, it was like an early Sunday morning. Me Candy's out there in the future. Good to see you. I did. We have some Australians show up. And yeah, exactly. They got to fly back tomorrow before the border closes. Yeah, we got to go to the Black Dot over there at Water and Washington Streets. Good to see you, RD. Welcome. I hope you're feeling better. But my idea is on Friday, I'm planning to go out to Fort Tilden. It's going to be 70 degrees. So I'm going to get out, ride the bike down to Fort Tilden. You are good. I'm glad you're feeling better. So I will be going over to Fort Tilden on Friday. And something tells me that the city is going to be locked down on Saturday. I have a hunch. The announcement's probably going to be made tomorrow or maybe even Friday. And then the lockdown will begin on Saturday. So the way I see it is is if the city's going to be locked down for 2 weeks, beginning Saturday, Friday's going to be a really nice day, so I got to take advantage. But yeah, you want to kick Corona's ass? I hear that. I hear that, 80s music fan. Good to see you, Dawn. Welcome. We're right now in Dumbo. And we're going to make our way up onto the Brooklyn Bridge. But I figure, let me do a live stream since I'm here. Actually got a tour in today, which is nice. So I have a little bit of money still headed my way. Yeah, exactly. Get my food. I actually went food shopping with Mom yesterday, so we're pretty good on food at the house. We've actually been making it a point to order takeout. So we've been ordering quite a bit of takeout lately over the last few days. But here we are, Water and Washington streets. Exactly, I made a little bit of money today, Jack. I'm very grateful for that. Oh, look at this, we got a wedding. We got a wedding going on here. And then look at this, here we go, guys. In the daytime, have plenty of toilet paper. There are no toilet paper shortages in my neighborhood. There it is. Here's your iconic Water and Washington view. And then right through the bridge there, there's the Empire State Building. Right there. Empire State Building built in 1931. Manhattan Bridge completed in 1909. It's a happy little accident. Look at that. Perfect, right? It's the perfectly symmetrical shot. All right. And even on a day like today, there's still a few people out here taking pictures. Yeah, Tracy. Yeah, I saw a couple of couples out here taking wedding photos. So now we're going to walk up the hill. I got the view almost to myself. Exactly, Chris. Now it's time to get some exercise. I'm going to walk up the hill now. Usually we walk down this hill. But now we're going to go up the hill, up the steps. And we're going to be on the Brooklyn Bridge in a few moments. You know what? Good to see you there, Jim. No, we're not up in the Heights. We are in Dumbo right now. Imagine giving birth at this time. The hot dog guy is being very hopeful. The hot dog guy is being very hopeful. Exactly there, Tracy. Exactly. Exactly, Jim. They're just like Twinkies. They will outlive the bomb when it drops. Oh, Riley named her COVID? For real? That's insane. I don't know if that's a good name to name a child. So yeah, my prediction is Saturday, they're gonna, exactly 80s music fan. A new foul. Oh, new foul, okay. You know what kills me about this whole thing going on is you can see the trees beginning to blossom. It's springtime. It's having an early spring. Oh, she's a horse. Okay. Yeah, who knows? Who knows, Joe? Who knows? But this is my favorite time of year. Is springtime. And it's an absolute shame that a lot of us will be stuck in our homes. But then again, when they do let us back outside, we're certainly going to enjoy it when we get back out. Good to see you, Susie May. Doing well, healthy, doing good. I am, by the way, folks, I am not wearing a mask And I do not have a mask on me. As I get my exercise walking up this hill. But normally, there's quite a bit more traffic out here. Can I go to the new place with ledges on that park? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what happens with the homeless, Chris. I do not know what's going to happen with the homeless. It was a garden. Are you talking about the promenade? We're not going to go to the promenade today, but the promenade is still open. All right. Yeah, I hear that. And those people are too close together, but whatever. They want to live life. More hot dogs. Yola. Yola. All right. Up the stairs we go. Good to see you there, Rose. Welcome. Welcome, Nibs. Long ramp with the cherry trees on it. I don't know what you're talking about. Good to see you, Brian. It is a good spot. All right, that's a famous, infamous staircase where 12 people died 2 weeks after the bridge opened up. It's a stampede. Let me catch my breath. And we're gonna walk over this bridge. Yeah, 2 weeks after the bridge opens up, somebody screams out, "Oh my God, a cable snapped." A cable doesn't snap, but it causes a massive panic. And 12 people die in the humanity trying to get off the bridge. Okay, I'm gonna have to, I feel the wind. So, let me quickly put the wind muff on the phone here. I forgot to do that. Welcome, everybody. Bienvenue, Nebo, bienvenue. Well, what happened was there was a stampede. There was a stampede right here, and this is where everyone got squashed together. Oh yeah, the Botanical Garden. Yeah. The Brooklyn Botanical Garden is closed, but yeah, that was the Botanical Garden I was talking about. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. All right, let's flip around the camera. All right, hopefully the wind muff works. Welcome, Nebul. We shall now leave Brooklyn and go into Manhattan. So here we go. Let me look both ways here before I cross. Good, it works great, good. And it's a little windy up here today. Yeah, the Brooklyn Botanical Garden. And then unfortunately, like everything else, is closed. We're gonna walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. It is coming up on 12 noon here in New York City. Normally, this will be filled with people, but not today. Legit the only vendor on the bridge today. The only vendor on the bridge. I don't think there's any vendors setting up on the Manhattan side today. But this is not normal for 12 noon on a Wednesday. "46 degrees Fahrenheit with a light breeze coming out of the south." Oh yeah, really trying with the hot dogs. Exactly, Jim, the new normal. Hey, you guys want a hot dog? Oh yeah, wait until we get into Manhattan, Melissa. Wait until we get into Manhattan. Are the koalas still here? No, they're not. The koalas only lasted a few days until they took them down. So the koalas didn't last very long. Yeah, you could say that, Tracy. Jimmy. Come on, Gimbal. Level yourself out, Gimbal. Gimbal does not want to level itself out. Yep. Hey, remember the last time we walked over the bridge? It was very crowded. You know, that's the thing, April. They're telling us the city's going to shut down and we have some of the best weather coming up. It's possibly going to be 70 degrees on Friday. And if it doesn't rain, or doesn't rain that much, I'm going to ride my bike over to Fort Tilden and go to the beach for the afternoon. Absolutely. That was the whole point of Central Park, exactly. Yeah, jinxed it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Brooklyn Bridge, the 136-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Good to see you, Miss Jan. I hear that, Miss Jan. Steam power, horsepower, and raw manpower. That's what's built the Brooklyn Bridge. Built in an era before electricity. The Brooklyn Bridge is truly a handmade modern marvel. It took 14 long years to build the bridge, between 1869 and 1883, years during which Thomas Edison invents the light bulb and the phonograph. Alexander Graham Bell invents the telephone. The buffalo were exterminated from the Great Plains. The catcher's mask and curveball were introduced to the game of baseball. In Washington, President Chester A. Arthur installs plumbing in the White House. And in Europe, Picasso and Einstein are born. How many feet does the bridge sway? It doesn't really sway, it sags. And compared from the wintertime to the summertime, in the summertime the bridge sags roughly 12 feet lower than it is right now in the wintertime. The full length of the bridge is 5,998 feet tall. And between the two towers, it's exactly 1,600 feet. Tourists love staring at me. They think I'm actually talking to myself, which is always fun. You would think young men like that will know what a live stream is. It is a beautiful piece of engineering. I am a walking encyclopedia. You're more than welcome, Chrissy. These towers here were completed in the summer of 1875, and when they were completed, these were the tallest man-made structures on the North American continent. They held that title for nearly 40 years. Whoa, what happened there? Whoa, what happened to the gimbal? Oh, that was weird. Some kind of Bluetooth connected to the gimbal really quick just now. That was weird. No, not the wind. It was something happened with the Bluetooth on it. The Bluetooth got activated. That was weird. Yeah, everyone looks at me weird when I'm live streaming. No, the bridge doesn't have Bluetooth, but then a car might have had Bluetooth. Here's the builder's plaque. Without these three people, we would not have our Brooklyn Bridge. We start out with the bridge's father, John Augustus Roebling, then his son, Washington Roebling, and then the person who really builds the bridge, Miss Emily Warren Roebling, right there. I want this gimbal to level out here. Let me spin around this way here. And that's gonna work. That works. That almost works. Before we cross the rest of the way here, let me make sure this thing is... Emily Warren Roebling was a quite educated woman. On Washington Roebling's deathbed, he said that without the never-ending devotion of his wife, this bridge would have never gotten built. She was his eyes, his ears, his good right arm, and she was also the soother of hurt souls. Whenever the egos of the engineers and the architects got a little bit too big, she kept them in check. We gotta finish this Brooklyn Bridge. She's also the first person to cross over the bridge. On May 21st, 1883, she has a ceremonial carriage ride over the Brooklyn Bridge. She rides in an open silver and white carriage, and she was cradling a rooster. The rooster was a symbol of victory. When she got over to the Brooklyn side, there was a couple of thousand people waiting for her. And then for the next 3 days, we have a big party. If I have to be anywhere in New York City history, it's May 24th, 1883. Everyone in Brooklyn has a day off. The school children in Manhattan only have the half day off. Many army regiments from all across the country, fresh from the Civil War, march back and forth over the bridge. The President Chester A. Arthur and Vice President are here in attendance for the opening of the bridge. They should make a movie for her. That's right, Melissa. Without Emily Warren Roebling, this bridge would have never gotten built. But opening day, May 24th, 1883, after the opening ceremony, we have a big party. There's an amazing fireworks show. Nearly 13.5 tons of fireworks were released from the bridge in a fireworks show that lasted nearly 3 hours. If you can imagine, there were fireworks being shot off the superstructure, the roadway here. There were fireworks being shot off the two towers. There were boats beneath us shooting off their own fireworks. And throughout that entire fireworks show, they kept the bridge open to traffic. Kind of amazing. We knew how to live in the 1880s. Yes, a 3-hour fireworks show. From what I have read, yes, actually, there's the great-great-grandson of Washington Roebling. He actually gives walking tours over the Brooklyn Bridge. So if you want a walking tour with a Roebling, you could go over to check out the Bowery Boys website, BoweryBoys.com. And besides their awesome podcast, they hired one of the Roeblings, to the great-great-grandson of the Roeblings, to give walking tours over the bridge. It was a big deal back then. It was a big deal. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna stop right here. We're at the expansion joint now of the bridge. But what I want to do is I want to rebalance my gimbal here, because the gimbal is definitely off balance right now. So I'm gonna shut the gimbal off and let me balance the thing perfectly. Let's have to move it over just a little bit. Maybe the other way. Maybe the other way. There it is. There it is. All right, now we're somewhat level. Here's the expansion joint to the Brooklyn Bridge. You can see it's covered in oil. When John Roebling is designing the bridge, he knows that the steel will expand and contract depending on the temperature. He also knew that the bridge will be affected by wind, so everything is overdone. The bridge is over-engineered to a factor of 6. Most modern bridges are over-engineered to a factor of 3 to 4. And we can see everything from here. Statue of Liberty, right down there, over there. Liberty enlightening the world, 351 feet and 1 inch tall. Holding up that torch of enlightenment. Get 2 pennies together. That's how thick her skin is. The 7 points on her crown are for the 7 seas and 7 continents of the world. And then we look back over this way over here, and we can see off in the distance the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. That's where I live. Way down over there. And of course, keep on making our way over here. Here's our beautiful Brooklyn skyline. And I can't believe how few people there is up here. Manhattan Bridge over in the distance over there. And then that ugly building, I like to call this the cheese grater. And then let's have a little tour of some of the skyline here. As we zoom on in, the silver building with the silver needle. The silver building, that is the Chrysler building. Then one building over to the left, that white rectangular building, that is 432 Park Avenue, the tallest residential structure in the Western Hemisphere. And then this black and white wider building. This is One Vanderbilt. One Vanderbilt will be the 4th tallest building in the city when it's complete, and it's directly across the street from Grand Central Station. Further over, we got that really, really thin building, the thinnest, tallest building in the world. That is the Steinway Tower, built on the former Steinway Piano Factory building. And then, of course, we have our Empire State Building right there, and just behind the Empire State Building, the Central Park South Tower, also known as the Nordstrom Tower, that currently has the highest occupiable floor in the Western Hemisphere. It's taller than the Willis Tower in Chicago. And then further over, we zoom in on into the Hudson Yards project there, and right there in the middle, we have our Edge. And unfortunately, going by what's going on, we're not going to be going to the Edge in a couple of weeks, but we'll go to the Edge eventually when everything opens up and everything gets back to normal. But the greatest view in the world is right here in the middle of the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's continue on. We're now going to make our way down into Manhattan and eventually down Broadway. We're going to take a walk down Broadway. We'll make a little detour over by the World Trade Center. Good to see you, Norm, out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. But now we're going to make our way into Manhattan. So I would say the majority of people I've been seeing on the subway and in the city here, the majority of people are not wearing masks. I suggest that you only wear a mask if you are sick yourself. Keep your sickness to yourself. If you're just wearing a mask so you don't catch anything from other people, then at this point, it really doesn't matter, because 70% of us probably already have the coronavirus. You see these massive gates here to prevent people from climbing up the bridge. 4 years ago, there were 2 artists, German artists, who climbed the bridge in the middle of the night, and they replaced our American flags, bleached white American flags. I was giving the walking tour here on the bridge when the NYPD figured out that their flags were taken. So that was quite an interesting moment. But I can't believe we're in the middle of the day here. We're in the middle of the day here. I don't know why he honked his horn at me, because I'm right there in the line. You see, he's doing something really dumb. That guy who just passed us, he's riding his bike with his lens out. So if he's still there by the time I get off the bridge, or by the time I get up to him, I'm gonna say that's a really stupid thing he's doing, walking around with the lens hanging. It's almost like Walking Dead. But it is never this empty, especially at this hour of 12 noon. This is quite surreal. Right here where I'm walking right now, this is where, right about here, is where Frank Sinatra sings the song Brooklyn Bridge in the movie from 1947. It happened in Brooklyn. Isn't she a beauty? Isn't she a queen? Isn't she the most beautiful bridge you've ever seen? Her paint's a little tattered, where ages took his toll, but I still love her much, very so. Like the folks you meet on, like to plant my feet on the Brooklyn Bridge. What a lovely view from heaven smiles at you from the Brooklyn Bridge. I'd love to listen to the wind in her strings, song that she sings for the town. I'd love to look at the clouds in her hair. She's learned to wear like a crown. You haven't heard me singing so long. You're more than welcome, Chip. Oh, you want to be on camera? You want to be on camera? You want to be on camera, you fucking moron? I'm really not accepting anyone playing anything dumb around me. If anyone's really dumb, they will get a camera stuck in their face. If people want to say stupid shit, I'm going to say it to the camera. I understand that people need attention. I understand that people need attention in these day and age. But do me a favor, don't jump on the disaster bandwagon. Personally, I think, and this is my personal opinion, people who post pictures of themselves on social media wearing masks in various places, they're all narcissists. They need attention. And they're jumping on a disaster bandwagon, not really cognizant or thinking about their fellow human beings, their friends. So everyone who wears a mask, and then mind you, I'm not telling you not wear a mask in public. If you want to wear a mask in public, please feel free. But there are a lot of people hurting right now. There are a lot of people going through some really horrible mental times. A lot of people are very anxious. They're having a lot of people having anxiety right now. And the last thing they need to see is you riding the subway, you mowing the lawn, you in a supermarket, you walking a dog with a mask on because you think you look so cool in your mask. I could guarantee you there's somebody who needs that mask more than you, especially if you're healthy. So I'm just going to chalk it up to everyone who wears a mask and posts that shit on social media. You're all narcissists. Yeah, people with a hazmat suit. People think it's funny, like, joking about that stuff. But like I always say, whenever you post stuff on social media, you don't know who you are affecting. You don't know who's seeing that post. And you don't know what kind of inner demons people are dealing with. And right now is the time to uplift people. Now is the time to be the example, to be the better person, to be selfless instead of selfish. Now is the time to get together, create this thing called social media. You could really help people out. Now is the time to live selfless lives. And it's time for people to get over themselves now. This is what I keep on saying. This is what I keep on saying, people. No, I don't want you to tuck away your mask, Chris. Chris, if you want to wear your mask, you wear your mask. But just don't post yourself all over your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed wearing the mask in various places. I'm not saying not wear a mask. Just don't post yourself constantly. Oh, look at me. I'm walking to the store wearing a mask. I'm doing this. Good to see you, Jim. Exactly. See, there you go. See, Melissa. There you go. See, it reminds you of chemotherapy. This is my whole point. The mask represents a lot of stuff for a lot of people. For me, the mask represents me losing 80% of my business. For others, the mask represents another reason to never go outside. There are people who are going to starve because they don't want to leave their house, because they're so scared to leave their homes. And then here's Melissa. Great point. It reminds you of having chemotherapy. We have to be cognizant of our friends and neighbors, especially during these times, and to take vanity pictures of yourselves all around town wearing masks and whatnot. It's not going to help nobody, but I get it. You're a narcissist and you need to take pictures of yourself. I get it. I get it. So, I know over the next few weeks, I'm going to lose a lot of friends, but these people really weren't friends anyway, so don't care. Exactly. No, gloves do make more sense, especially if you're riding the subway and whatnot, or taking any kind of public transportation. As we make our way off the Brooklyn Bridge, we have the City Municipal Building right over here to our right-hand side. And perched on top, let's zoom in on her. Perched on top is the Statue of Civic Fame. Good to see you, Adam. You're more than welcome there, Robinson. Look, there it is. There's your Statue of Civic Fame. She is made of copper. She is clad in 24 karat gold leaf, and she's holding up a crown. The crown has 5 points in it. Each point represents a borough here in New York City. Adam Lively, welcome. We got Redstone Soldier in the house out there in Central Mauritius. Exactly. Most people wear gloves. I mean, most people wear masks and not gloves. That was funny, April. That was funny. I will keep my spirits up. I am keeping my spirits up. That's why I'm out here right now for you guys. Gloves make more sense. They do. Especially if you're on a subway or on a bus or even in an Uber. Even in an Uber. I'm going to go with the CDC recommendation, which is if you're sick, then you wear a mask. Me personally, I am not sick. I am not ill. Even though evidently this virus could last inside of you for a month without any symptoms. That's a little scary. But as my mom said this morning when I was going off to work, we got to live our lives. Oh, wow, they made transportation free out there. That's awesome. I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you so much. Everyone follow Redstone Soldier. He's a great YouTuber out there in Central Mauritius, Long Island. He does beautiful sunrise live streams there, silent sunrise live streams. There's our #1 World Trade Center. And then to the building to the right of it with the green point on top of that is the Woolworth building. A bottle of Jaeger will kill anything, exactly. I think tonight, since I did work, I'm gonna break out the homemade Trulies. I'm gonna break out the Tanqueray tonight. Exactly, you gotta keep a level head these days. It is very easy to get swept up in the sarcasm and the, the whole, it's very easy to think negative thoughts right now. And now is the time to think selfless. People gotta stop staring, man. People better stop staring. Exactly, just be aware and don't panic. Just be aware and don't panic, and everything will be fine. This too will pass. This too will pass. But I have never seen it this empty on the bridge this early in the afternoon before. It's quite amazing. You have a trip in April? Yeah, it's probably going to be postponed there, Robinson. Got a lot of. I know a few people that are coming out here in April, and everything's getting canceled. I have a feeling April, like I said on the Pix 11 News the other day. Oh, really? Jamaica has no confirmed cases? Oh, I gotta go to Jamaica. While April is not dead, April's gonna be a little different here in New York. It's gonna be a little different. Exactly, Melissa, exactly. As we are now. Oh, really? Grenada also? Oh, I'm going to Grenada. Chris, set up the bed. I'm going to Grenada. I'm going to hop in the last plane out there and I'm going to Grenada. All right, we have made it. Welcome to Manhattan. Mannahatta. Manhattan derived from the Native American word Mannahatta, which means land of many hills. Right in front of us, this is the Tweed Courthouse. And then just to the left of it, City Hall. City Hall was completed in 1811. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'll be turned away if I flew out there. Okay. So I'm stuck here in New York. That's fine. I'll hang out here with all the good pizza. Wow, there's like no vendors out here. How does Staten Island get its name? Staten Island, that was a landowner from the end of the Dutch, beginning of the British era. Halifax has some crazy hills called Hillyfax. There's the Board of Records building right over there. Every single deed to every single piece of property in New York has a piece of paper deed in that building. Yeah, I'm going to be stuck with the good pizza. Oh, there goes the bell. Time for me to cross. All right, first place we're going to go to is we're going to go over to World Trade Center right now. And we're going to see what it's like down at the World Trade Center. And then we'll cut back across on Broadway. And then we'll make our way down Broadway. And his name was it's kind of like Staten, but it was anglicized. The word Staten's like anglicized from like a Dutch word. So everything changes slightly. But this is Park Row. This is where all the newspapers used to be. And this building right here, this used to be the New York Times. Right there. Today that's Pace University's administration building. And I thought all the media was going to set up here for the 12 o'clock news. I guess not. Maybe everyone's inside City Hall. The quiet streets of Manhattan. Yeah. Now that's what happens. We usually anglicize the names. And it is quite amazing to see. Oh, Mayor de Blasio right there. There's the mayor. There's Mayor de Blasio going to work. There we go. We got a shot of Mayor de Blasio going to work. All right. I miss J&R Music World also. Yeah, I knew he was getting out of the car. Let's see if we get another shot of him going into City Hall here. There's Mayor de Blasio. I voted for him. In he goes. Hello, Mayor. And to be honest, I think he's doing a fabulous job. I think he's doing a great job managing what's going on right now. Him and Governor Cuomo. I wish Governor Cuomo would agree with him about the 14-day quarantine. The way I see it is San Francisco has almost a comparable population to New York City, if you count the suburbs, and they have decided to go into lockdown over there. So I think it's only necessary for us to go into lockdown over here in New York City. Even though I do not want it to happen, I think we're at the point right now where it needs to happen. Yeah, Cuomo is being really good at keeping everyone informed. Him and the Mayor de Blasio, are doing a great job. I cannot say so much for the current administration at the top. If you wonder why is the stock market tanking so much, it's because there's lack of leadership at the top. The market is unsure of our leadership, and this is why the market is collapsing the way it is right now. Remember when we had H1N1, the swine flu? At this point, when Obama was dealing with it, we have given out over 1 million tests at this point. And even though, yes, a lot of people died, but more tests, we were more proactive about testing people back then. And the proof is out there that the dear leader, Donald John Trump, held up testing kits for people back in January. So the numbers of perceived cases will be low. There you go. She's still alive and kicking. There you go. "12 noon on a Wednesday." Yes. Your government shut down in front of all businesses except for hardware stores, pharmacies, etc. Exactly. Better be good and fed. Exactly. Things happen. Good, great quote there, Redstone Soldier. Things happen when you don't believe science. Yes. That is so true. I cannot believe this is 12 o'clock on a Wednesday right now. Wow. Like I said, there are less people out here than in Brooklyn. There is less people out here than in Brooklyn. It's like scary empty, yeah. There are no big bus tours running today. There are no Circle Line boats running. The Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island are both closed. Empire State Building, top of the Rock, the Edge, and One World Trade Center observatories are all closed. Not a lot going on. As we now pass a building that has certainly seen a lot in its history. This is St. Paul's Chapel. St. Paul's Chapel, one of the oldest continually used buildings here in New York City. This new building, in quotation marks, dates back to the 1790s. The original building was burned down in 1776 during the Great Fire. Made of Manhattan schist, the bedrock of Manhattan Island. But when George Washington was inaugurated, he was inaugurated down the block over here on Wall Street and Broad at Federal Hall. Once he was inaugurated, everyone marched up Broadway and then into St. Paul's Chapel. And George Washington kneeled on a pillow and prayed for the prosperity of the new union that was beginning to come together. That pillow is still inside St. Paul's Chapel to this day. Kind of amazing. Number 1 World Trade Center, looming above. So now we're going to pass the chapel here, past all the cemetery here. Looks like everything is closed, which is not surprising. All churches, synagogues, and mosques have all been closed. Kind of amazing, right, Chrissy? So what we're going to do now is we're going to make our way over to Memorial Plaza, see what's going on. The survivor tree should be beginning, should have begun blooming. So hopefully we'll see survivor tree bloom, even if it's at a distance. I heard that right before I started the broadcast. I heard Memorial Plaza is closed to the public. So I want to see that. Church Street. And there's the Oculus right over there. It was the other day. Well, let's see. I hope it's open right now because we're gonna go in there if it is open now. Let's cross Church, where all this street art is. This will eventually rise to number 2 World Trade Center. Oh yeah, really? Okay. Let's see. The wind is blowing. Sorry about that, guys. The wind muff is on the phone, but some of the wind might get in there. Let's see what's going on down here. Oh yeah, would you look at that? Memorial Plaza is closed. Memorial Plaza is closed. And is that no? Wow. Okay, I cannot go into the mall. The mall beneath us, Brookfield Place, is closed. And the Oculus reminds you of big eyelashes. Well, Oculus is derived from the word eyeball, so you're not too far off there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I cannot go into the mall. They have security guards all at every single entrance here. And then rising under construction right here, this is going to be the soon-to-be World Trade Center Performing Arts Center. Coming along quite nicely. Very excited for this structure to come together. And the Local 40, the iron workers, they're still here working. And that was the only people on the train that I had with me coming into work today. The only people on my subway car were construction workers and a bunch of people who work in City Hall. So like half of the people on my train car they all went into City Hall. So government workers and construction workers were pretty much the only people I took the train with this morning. But here is Memorial Plaza. All closed, roped off. All museums are currently closed here in New York. And it looks like the reflecting pools are shut off also. So just like all the other museums, the World Trade Center, 9/11 Memorial Museum is closed. But it looks like even Brookfield Place is closed. So this is an amazing sight because this is 12 noon on a Wednesday. Usually a lot more people out here. The other thing is that I'm noticing the people who are really taking advantage are the photographers. You can really get some amazing shots of empty streets as you make your way around Manhattan today. As I walk along Greenwich Street right now, it's eerily quiet down here. This really does feel like the time after September 11th when nobody was down here. Let's see how Survivor Tree is looking today. I think it's blooming. It is. Oh man, I'm gonna cry right now. All right, look at this, folks. Look at this. I'm gonna say a little prayer really quick. But look at Survivor Tree. It's beginning to bloom. There's Survivor Tree. Me too, Melissa. Me too. Yeah, the first tree to bloom. It's such a shame that we're gonna miss the bloom of Survivor Tree right now. And it looks like it's just beginning too. Wow. Exactly. We'll come out of this. We will come out of this bigger and better than before. We will come out of this. This too will pass. This too will pass. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Melissa. Coming up next, we're going to make our way across Liberty Street. And we're going to start making our way back down Broadway. And then we'll hang a left on Wall Street. We'll say hello to Fearless Girl. And then after that, make our way down to the Battery. See what Morris is doing. Our friend Morris, the Charging Bull statue, is doing. See if he has any company today. This is quite amazing to see how quiet it is out here today. It is kind of like a like marathon Sunday, Susie May. It's like Marathon Sunday with everything all closed and whatnot. All right, we're gonna cross the street here. We're gonna go down Liberty Street now. We are now on Liberty. I smell the burgers from Burger King being cooked. Oh yeah. Where is the New York survival spirit? It's here. It's here. But we're under weird circumstances, unfortunately. There's like 5 people there. Oh boy. So we could talk to Morris. We could get an interview with Morris. And by the way, if you guys are for everyone ordering food, takeout, delivery, tip your delivery workers if you can, a little extra. Because we're all going to be going through a bit of an economic downturn over the next few weeks. So this is lunch hour, and this is usually when it's nuts out here for lunch. Yeah, is this like a Sunday morning or 6 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. Look at this. Wow. Wow. This street is usually nuts with bustling traffic. I would say the people who are wandering around down here, we have a few office workers, a few people who actually live down here, and the rest are all tourists trying to find something to do. The guests that I had from Australia were actually quite happy that they were able to come on a tour because they have nothing to do. So that was cool. At least I made them a little bit of a happy day, a little bit of a distraction. Definitely was a lot of fun getting lost in all the stories about the bridge and whatnot. As we walk up a very empty Liberty Street, I'm going to say hi to my friend, Double Check by Stuart Johnson Stewart. because we need some good luck. We need some good luck. So I gotta pat him on the head 3 times for good luck. Here's my friend. Here's my friend. Hey, buddy. How we doing today? I'm glad, Chrissy. You're still looking for that pen. Ever since 1982, my friend, you've been looking for this pen. Even through 9/11, couldn't even find it, huh? Let's tap him on the head 3 times. Be well, my friend. I'll see you in a few weeks. Still looking for that pen. Still looking for that pen. Very much a 9/11 survivor. He used to be on the corner down there, but the horrible people who sell picture books about September 11th forced him to be moved up here, because what the booksellers were doing, where the booksellers were using his image with garbage strewn all around him as a selling point. So they moved him to up here because of the stupid booksellers. And if you do come out here to New York, do not buy one of these 9/11 picture books from these people in the streets. It's basically disaster porn, and all those pictures are stolen from actual photographers. I got to smell the dust. I got to ingest the dust. I ingested the dust. I breathed the dust out of talcum powder. I gotta sanitize my hands now, right? Yeah. Double check is clean. Double check is clean. It's like barely any traffic out here. Here's the Equitable Building, largest office building in the world in 1919. And because of this building, they had to create the setback rule, because Cedar Street only gets sunlight for about a half hour a day. What I'm amazed about is how quiet it is out here. Oh, you meant the statue? Yeah. Okay. Normally there will be lines of people at all these little food carts. There's nobody getting food here today. Quite amazing. That church you see off in the distance, that's Trinity Church. That's where Alexander Hamilton is buried. Yeah, poor Cedar Street. It only gets sunlight for 30 minutes a day, thanks to this building right here, the Equitable Building. But because of the Equitable Building, the Empire State Building looks like the way it does. Good to see you, Billy D. Welcome. Salam, salam, indeed. I cannot believe this is 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. Unbelievable. This is surreal. This is surreal. Can I do this epic empty street shot here? Yeah, look at this, guys. We are standing in the middle of Broadway at 12 noon on a Wednesday. Wow. Yeah, Modell's is closing after almost 113 years of business. I'm gonna miss Modell's. Very much so. That was like the kind of the news that like broke the camel's back too. It's like, while everything else is happening, it's like Modell's is closing too. Okay, we're gonna get ready now to walk, make a left-hand turn. And we're gonna make our way down Broadway. Coming up next. I tell you one thing, it's not hard to get lunch today. Usually, I think Modell's was everyone's tipping point. Gotta wear your suit from Bam Burgers, okay. All right. As we walk through the fancy scaffolding here. These bits have many a place in history, absolutely. It's going to be, this video here is going to be a historic document, I have a feeling. This is going to be a historic document. So the only ones out are some traders over there. I'm going to do my best tonight to corner the frozen orange juice market. I'm going to give the Duke and Duke a call. Yeah, Cody Allen, Jim, the best player on WS, absolutely. Jim knows the latency. All right, coming up on to sell. That's right. Sell. Jim, it's surreal. Look at this. Yeah, buy. Sell. Only ones out, delivery workers. Only ones out are delivery workers. Here's Federal Hall. Well, there's a statue of good old George there. George Washington. And nothing to sell, right? Yeah. Welcome, Ryan. Get back in there, Winthrop, and sell. Okay, now we're on Broad Street, making our way back south again. Your school closes on Friday. Yeah, a lot of people's schools are closing on Friday. I think this is the first time in a very long time. There's nobody. Good to see you, Nancy. First time in a long time, nobody's here. How we doing? I'm sorry I wasn't here on your birthday, but happy birthday, fearless girl. Hope you're doing well. Pat you on the head 3 times for good luck. Facing off against the stock exchange. God, I love this little girl. Soon, what? You want something? Are you talking to her, right? I like that. All right. I love it when people talk to statues. I'm not the only one. I'll see you later, fearless girl. Have a great day, all right? We will get through this. I'm not the only one who talks to statues. Look at this. 12 noon on a Wednesday. Will Coney Island open up in time? No, it would not, Bob. Logic will say that Coney Island will not open up on the 4th of April. Logic. We have to think, what's a little girl there for? So she was originally facing off against the bull statue, the charging bull statue, and she was placed there on International Women's Day to bring awareness to the inequalities of men and women in the financial industry. She was eventually moved down here a few months ago, and eventually the bull will be coming up here. Yeah, she was here to celebrate women. Any thoughts about that robbery that happened at the aqueduct? I didn't know there was any robbery at the aqueduct. How about that? Are you talking about the Lufthansa heist? Jimmy! All right. A few weeks ago. Yeah, I have no idea, Billy D. No idea.
And do y'all do the salt and
As we go up now, this is Exchange Place. We're going to make our way back up to Back up to Broadway. This is how you know nobody's out. Somebody just left the bike here, not even locked. And that's right, Alistair Bruce. Yeah, we met the creator of the Fearless Girl, Kristen Visbal. We wished the Fearless Girl statue we sang the Fearless Girl statue a happy birthday on her first birthday. And the artist was there. Yes, Morris will be moved to in front of the stock exchange sometime this year. Don't know when though. But they're going to create a big pedestrian plaza in front of the stock exchange. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Yeah, probably next year at this point, yeah. All right. Back up to Broadway. Coming up is my tour guide licensing area, 42 Broadway. Reminds you of Die Hard with a Vengeance. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I cannot believe this is Wednesday at 12 noon. There's barely anyone out here. Are schools still open in New York? No, the school's closed yesterday. And they're closed for a couple of weeks. At least for a couple of weeks. No, there is not, Tracy. Unfortunately, a lot of people did not know about that terrorist attack that happened way back in the day. So, unfortunately, there is no plaque for that terrorist attack in front of the stock exchange back in the 19-teens. It's 42 Broadway. This is where I get my license for being a tour guide. And they're closed. I'm going to have to renew my license online. Probably do that later on today. I'm going to be optimistic and renew my license. Spend $65. $65 I probably don't have, but now why do we call him Morris the Bull? The official name is the Charging Bull statue, but a lot of us New Yorkers call him Morris because he's here on the corner of Morris and Broadway. Well, pret-a-porter, a pret-a-porter, pret-a-manager. Look at this. I cannot believe this. There is nobody here. Oh my God. This is insane. This is insane. Look at this. We have the bull all to ourselves. No, C-Class Carousel is closed, Volvo. Welcome. Look at this. When can we get this shot at 12 noon? You can never get this shot. If anyone could take a screenshot of this, that would be amazing. We get a screenshot of this. But let's say hello to Morris. How we doing, Morris? Let me see your scar. Yeah, you got a little bit of a scar right here, Morris. But you're doing good, my friend. You're doing good. Yeah, you got to grab the bull. Hold on, I'll do that right now. Yeah, don't touch the bull by its balls, folks. You want to grab the bull by the horns. I'll see you later. I'll see you later, Boris. I'll see you later, my friend. You could never get that close to the bull. That was a little too easy. It's usually crazy crowded here, but not today. This is like a movie. This is just like a movie. Wow. My heart breaks for this country as a whole at this point as I walk through Evacuation Square and I think about when we were leaving the monarchy. We cut the emblem off of the fence here. This fence has been through a lot. This fence has been here since the 1760s. Thanks for sending me a screenshot, Tracy. I really appreciate it. because I can't take any Instagrams since I'm doing a live stream here, but they will. Thank you so much, Jim. Whoa. So what does Morris represent? Morris the Bull represents a few things. Morris the Bull, it is a miracle, absolutely, Robinson. So Morris the Bull was created by Arturo de Monica, and he was a gift to the city of New York. And a week before Christmas in 1989, Arturo de Monica had his team literally just leave the bull in front of the stock exchange. They literally just went up there in the middle of the night and placed it in front of the stock exchange. Nobody knew where it came from, and nobody knew who created it, because it costs a lot of money to create something out of bronze like that. So nope, none of the emblems exist. All the emblems that were cut off this fence were turned into musket balls to fight against the British. But what happened was the bull was quickly removed by NYPD. Mayor Ed Koch at the time said, let's melt the thing down for scrap metal. And then thus, they didn't melt it down for scrap metal, and the workers of the stock exchange pooled their money together, and they had the statue moved to where it is today. So Morris the Bull is missing one vital aspect to his statue. He used to have a chain on the rear right hoof, and that chain was to symbolize that no matter how strong of a bull market you have, you will always be chained down by the realities of life. Unfortunately, that chain is no longer there. But that's what the bull represents. The bull represents life and everything going on. I'll see you later there, Griff. We're just gonna walk another block here. We're just gonna walk another block here, and then we're gonna go make our way down into the subway. But this is eerily quiet out here. This is really like a movie now. This is very much like a movie, and I'm trying not to let it get me upset. But I'll be lying if I said I wasn't upset. I'll be completely lying. But 12 noon on a Wednesday. One more block, and then we're gonna go down to the subway. You're more than welcome, Chrissy. One more block. We gotta go into Peter Minuit Plaza. Peter Minuit, the person who actually bought Manhattan Island. Yes, it's breezy down here, Volvo. It's pretty breezy down here. Nothing too crazy, but a little windy. Let these guys go. The only cabs around. Time check, 1:01 p.m. So yeah, 1 o'clock. This is when lunch hour is teeming. This is when everybody is out. Everyone's out, especially on a day like today, by the way. On a day like today, everyone would be out of their offices and eating, having lunch, having phone conversations. You know what's amazing? Usually when I'm downtown, I smell a lot of people smoking cigarettes. I have not smelled one cigarette at all this entire time. Very surreal. It's quite sad. It's quite sad. Or weed, yes, or weed. Or weed, or the vape pens. Usually something. So the green cabs are outer borough cabs. You could get a green cab in Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, or the Bronx. You cannot street hail a green cab south of 110th Street here on Manhattan Island. But those are outer borough cabs. There's nobody out here. There's legit nobody out here. The city bikes are still available. City bike is actually, a lot more people are using bicycles to get around town, especially for the people who want to avoid riding the subway. City bike travel is up a lot. I heard it's up 60 something percent. And I have to say, my company, the air pollution is clearing up, Bob. I have to say, the air quality right now is quite good. Like, look at this. This street here is usually where all the cabs park. And now look at it. It's completely empty. I mean, I could legit stand here in the middle of the street and really not have to worry. It's quite amazing. Wow. 1 o'clock on a Wednesday. All right. No time to start riding a bike in these streets. I'm going to be riding a bike everywhere. All right, let's go into the petri dish that is the New York City subway. Exactly. I could actually, it's quite safe to ride a bike in these apocalyptic days. There we go. Little off-scent step there. All right. How much time you got with me? You have, I got to get downstairs in a minute. There we go. Onto the subway I go. Oh yeah, now traffic is way off. I'm touching the handrails. I will, Susie May. I really appreciate you watching, tuning on in. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in and indulging me with this nonsensical live stream here, a truly moment in time and history here in New York City. Certainly has been a surreal 83 minutes, to say the least. My train is 1 minute away here. So I will take care, guys. Please feel free to share this out with your friends. Let them see the scenes down here. My R train is behind this W train here. And as you see, not a lot of people. Looks like I'm going to have no problem getting a seat going home. You're more than welcome, guys. I wish it was under better circumstances. And I'll leave you guys with this word here. You're more than welcome there, Chris. Maybe it's midnight, not noon, exactly. Bizarro world. We will get through this, ladies and gentlemen. We just have to be strong. We have to all be there for our friends and our family. Try to put on the most positive face for people, because people may be, there are a lot of people, a whole lot of people hurting out there right now, a whole lot of people suffering out there. So let's try to help our friends. If we all go into a lockdown, don't forget to visit your elderly neighbors, deliver some food to them if you can, and take care of them, because that'll be a really good thing you could do. And it was a fun live stream. Thanks for loving New York City. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get a coffee. Definitely going to get a coffee. But from here at Whitehall Street, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish the moments, and good afternoon, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. If I don't fall asleep when I get home, please expect to do another radio show today, so stay tuned for the radio show. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.com/DutchMoz. The link is right here in my links profile here in my YouTube channel. There's my ride. Treatment time indeed. Please be healthy. Stay healthy there, Melissa. Thank you, everyone. Stay healthy, be safe, hug your loved ones, cherish those moments, folks. And bye-bye.
This is a Brooklyn bound R local train. The next stop is 4th Street.